when we express it as a decimal, we don't show a remainder. We put a decimal and zeros so that we can divide it out so that there is no remainder. The most important part of this is making sure you line up all your digits. 4 goes into 1 0 times. 4 goes into 11 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Bring down the 0. 4 goes into 30 8 times. 8 times 4 is 28. We still have a remainder, so we bring down another 0. 4 goes into 25 times. And we have finished, no more remainder. Take our decimal, put it straight up, and our answer is 2 85/100. Down to number 6, I have already written it out. Now notice on number 6, your divisor is bigger than the number you're dividing, also known as your dividend. You can't do anything yet. 11 goes into 5 0 times. That's fine. You just stick a decimal there, put a few zeros after it, and then you're set. I'm just sticking randomly 3 zeros. We'll see how many we need. 11 doesn't go into 5, but it goes into 50. Right now, we're ignoring that decimal. We're just looking solely at the numbers. When we're finished, we'll put the decimal back up, and you'll see that this, of course, is not really 50. It's 5, but we're dividing as though it's 50. It goes into 54 times. We have a remainder of 6. 11 goes into 65 times. 5 times 11 is 55. Subtract. See, this 0 went down to here. This 0 is going to come down here. 11 goes into 50 4 times. Starting to see some repetition. Sometimes when I get all these zeros, they start kind of blending in together, so I like to draw the lines just to keep myself organized, make sure everything stays lined up. And when I'm grading papers, I see that. I'm not the only one that has that issue. Other people do as well. So if you start to notice that your zeros aren't lining up or you're having any difficulties at all, it's helpful to go back and make sure you've got every one of those added zeros accounted for. 11 goes into 60 again 5 times. I see that I'm going to continue doing the same thing over and over again, so it's time to stop. Obviously, I have some repeating decimals. I see 4 5 4 5. So the 4 and the 5 are repeating. Let me take my decimal and put it back up again in the answer. I see that I have the 4 and the 5. So when I write it, this is very important. You need to write your answer. You need to write it correctly to show the value of that decimal. And the way that you show it correctly is by writing the digits that are repeating one time with a line over it. Sometimes I'll see people do like that. Or, they'll write 0.45 for like that. No. There's 2 digits repeating, the 4 and the 5. You just write them one time and put the line over it. The last 2 we'll do together on the bottom. I'm not actually going to divide out number 9. I just want to set it up for you. You move the digit in the divisor over 2 places. That means you have to move this decimal 2 places. And since you run out of digits, you've got to stick in a 0. So it looks like that when you rewrite it. You can go ahead and divide that out yourself. Finally, number 10. Your divisor is 4.2. It has 1 digit to the right of the decimal. So when you move that one place so that you have 1 whole number. And you must also move that one place. So you end up with 2 whole numbers. No decimals in anything. And you are dividing by 42, which is a substantially big number. 42 does not go into 2. I'm just going to get you started. I'm not going to finish it for you, but I want to get you through the very beginning, and then you can finish from here on out. 42 does not go into 27, so I'm going to have to figure out how many times 42 goes into 273. That's a big number. I'm going to kind of just focus on the 4 going into 27. Get rid of the little tens digit, the ones digit. 4 goes into 27 6 times. So my guess is, so I know that 42 will go into 273, somewhere around 6. It might be 5, it might be 7, but it's somewhere around that. I'm going to come off to the side, and I'm going to multiply times 6. See how close I am? 25. Yeah, that's going to be a difference less than 42. So I know that this is 6. 6 times 42 is 252. I'm going to subtract, and I get 1, 2. Now I have a remainder, so I'm not finished. So I'm going to put a decimal and a 0, bring the 0 down, and I want you to finish this on your own. Go ahead and finish out this division. Take a moment, write down everything that I have, make sure your work matches mine before you finish it. Remember, this is not finished. Don't hand it in like this. We did finish numbers 3 and 6 together, but we did not finish 9 and 10. I got you started on them both. Go ahead and finish this page, do all of them, make sure everything is complete. The most important thing right now, especially with this period in our development of division, is making sure you get the decimals in the right place.